Hello, I'm Andy Sanderson, this is Ruby, and this afternoon I'd like to give you a quick tour around wenallt here in Sandersons. Now this has got to be one of the most deceptive cottages that you're ever going to drive past in your life. I didn't believe what I saw when I got inside here. As well as having lovely gardens, there's lots of historic features. It's about a quarter of a mile walk into the village where there's a couple of pubs, shop and everything. But out here, the wind's rustling in the trees, the birds are chirping in the background. We've got a footpath up into the hills there, got a footpath up into the woodlands in that direction, and the country lane is a single track affair with hardly any passing traffic at all. So you're close to amenities, but you feel like you've really got some peace and quiet here. Carry on watching, I'll give you one surprise early on in this video, and then there'll be another big surprise for you right at the end. So just to start with, that's the main entrance door there on the lane. This bit of land at the side here, I'm sure doesn't go with the property, but I've seen people staying at this cottage use this as a casual parking area, although on the right hand side of the cottage, just down the lane about 25 yards at the bottom of the garden there is another car parking area to use as well, which is within the curtilage. So just to the right of the cottage, this is the side garden gate, and I'll take you through here now and we'll go round to the rear entrance. Come on then, Reuben, come. As you come into the garden, straight away you're into your own private and tranquil environment. It's lush and green in here with lots of shrubs and trees, but the sun still finds its way through, and it's a bright and sunny aspect at the front here on this patio. This is the original part of the cottage with 3 dormer windows in the slate roof. It's all stone built. There's a more modern addition over there, which is still pretty old. And then there's the UPVC conservatory on the left-hand side here. Now there's lots of ways into this cottage. There's the front door off the lane, but there's also, I think, 3 doors into the conservatory. Another door into the kitchen over on the left-hand side there. And then you can see in the main cottage here, there's a door into the lounge, and there's another set of French doors that go into that bedroom there on the right. So I've counted a total of 8 exterior doors in this cottage. This one at the back here that goes into the lounge, I think would have been the main entrance door when it was originally built. But I'm going to take you straight into the kitchen door here instead of using the front door off of the lane. This is a view of the garden from the kitchen door, and it seems a shame to be going indoors with the weather like this. So it's quite traditional in this kitchen here, with a Belfast sink, granite worktops, and a split level situation with a dining room down there below. There's 2 separate doors off the dining area to this L-shaped conservatory at the rear, and once again the slab flooring continues from the kitchen and the dining area through to in here. The lightness and brightness of this conservatory is really important because this time of year it's going to be used on a daily basis, but it really contrasts with the original period style lounge, which I'm going to take you into now, and which is probably very much going to be your winter room here. Now it's much darker in here with a lower ceiling, black beams, stone walls, and again slabbed flooring, but it's beautiful with a big inglenook fireplace. There's radiators that come off the oil-fired central heating, and I can imagine in the winter it's going to be fantastic in here in the evenings. At the back of the lounge here we've got this beautiful staircase with gnarly timbers and stone construction on the treads, but first of all we've got a little lobby out the back of the lounge, and this leads to a toilet, shower room and 2 bedrooms, and this arrangement works really well. This bunk room is at the back of the cottage. There's a separate toilet that acts as a downstairs WC, but there's also this ground floor bathroom and shower room which serves these 2 ground floor bedrooms. This is the ground floor double bedroom. It's really nice in here, and there's French doors that open onto the garden. I could quite happily wake up to this, it's beautiful. Upstairs here is the landing, lots more timbers stone walls, smells of wood smoke, and it's really authentic. And this doorway here that takes us into the main bedroom is the lowest one I think I've ever seen. This is an amazing bedroom with all the beams, stonework, got windows at the front and the back. And it's also surprisingly good proportions. The other top floor bedroom here is a twin room, and it's got this lovely dormer window that overlooks the garden. You can see in this bedroom there's room for a double bed if that's what suits you better. The cottage is currently let out for holiday lets through Dione, so if it does look like it's of interest to you, then I'd certainly recommend considering booking your own stay for a week to really get the feel of living here. Before we go out in the garden, let me show you around the upstairs bathroom. Now, some really nice wall and floor tiling in here. You can see the sunshine is flooding through the windows still. We've got a white reproduction traditional style suite in here. Next, I'd like to give you an idea of what the garden's like. We can have a quick tour around. Ruby's quite keen to stay there in the sunshine, I think. All my notes have blown off the table and gone everywhere, so I need to pick those up next. Oh! It really is an authentic cottage style garden. There's a stone garden shed lean-to on the side of the cottage. All these lovely pathways provide lots of little walkways. There's lots of shrubs, and the shrub borders also mostly seem to be mulched to keep down your weeding commitments. There's some lawned areas, but they're not really very big. They're not the sort of thing your kids are going to want to play football on or anything. All this greenery is a fantastic habitat for wildlife. Right at the bottom of the garden is this log cabin come summer house. I should think this is really going to fire up your imagination. Now, you might hear a bit of noise in the background from a tractor, and you'll probably also remember that I promised you another surprise at the end of the video, and the noise from that tractor is related to the surprise, because on the other side of the road the owners of this cottage also own a paddock or field. Also attached with that field there's some stabling as well. Now, that is not included in this house sale, although they do want to sell it separately, and they won't be selling that field or the stabling until this cottage has been sold. So therefore, if you're going to be buying this cottage, then you may be particularly interested in acquiring that field and stabling as well. If you are, then you'll need to get in contact with us, and when you come round to look at the cottage, we can show you the stabling and field at the same time.